Billy just graduated college and he finally got the interview of his life. He knows he has to be there 11 o'clock to make a presentation. He miscalculated how long it takes and he pulls into the parking lot at 10 to 11. He's feeling pressured. Oh my God, I got to find a parking spot right away, run upstairs and make my presentation. But as he goes around to the parking lot, he can't find any space. They're all taken. And he's panicking. Then he looks up to God. God, please help me. I pray that if someone pulls out right now, I'm going to be the most dedicated servant to you. I'm going to pray every day. I'll give charity. I'll do whatever you want. And as he finishes his prayer, a car pulls out of the parking spot. And he looks up to God and says, God, forget it. I already found one on my own. Now, the question that many people wonder, how much does God really play a role in our life? Maybe God just created the world and left it and is not involved in the day-to-day action of the world. How much does he really play a role? Our Torah tells us that really God plays a role on a daily basis. And this may answer a question that many people ask me. When you read the Torah, it talks about how God brought 10 plagues to the Egyptians and eventually the Jewish people were freed. Question number one is, if God is God, you need 10 plagues? He could have just sent a tsunami or a virus or who knows, whatever it is, and in one moment, Pharaoh decides, okay, I'm going to let the Jewish people go. Or destroy the whole land, that everybody could the walls come down, everybody could leave. Why 10 plagues? And to answer this question, they'll answer another question. Why do we talk so much about the exodus of Egypt? Every day when you pray the Shema, you talk about the exodus of Egypt. And even the 10 Commandments, it talks about the exodus of Egypt, right? I am the Lord your God who took you out of Egypt. Why not I'm the Lord your God who created the world? The answer is, of course. If God wanted to take the Jewish people out of Egypt, he didn't need 10 plagues. He could have done it in one moment. He could have changed Pharaoh's heart. He could have killed Pharaoh and all the Egyptians, and we could all gone out, left. But the reason why there were 10 plagues, which we start reading 5 of the plagues in this week's Torah portion, is to teach the Egyptians and the world and ourselves that not only God created the world, God is still involved in the world. So when he brought blood to the water, God says, I control nature and the frogs and the animals and the darkness and the death. God shows not only I created the world, ultimately I control all different parts of the world. And that was something that the Jewish people needed to go through before we got the Torah, before we became his nation. And it's something that the whole world had to see. And that's why we talk about it every day. We mention every day in the Shema the exodus of Egypt because it reminds us that we're not walking through life alone. In spite of the challenges, in spite of every concern that you may have, we are confident and feel secure knowing that God is with us. How many times does it happen in our life that we're looking for, the parking space and we see no way out, and in the last moment something happens? You could say, thank you, God, I already found out I don't need you. Or you could see, wow, God is in my life. And these situations develop because God is with me. I'm not walking all alone. So the 10 plagues is really there, a moment for us to give us confidence and strength that we need when we're about to go into the desert after leaving Egypt, to get the Torah, go into Israel. And for thousands of years later, is realize we're not going through this alone. This individual once showed up to somebody's house and he notices the husband is in a good mood and the wife is crying. So he asked the husband, what's going on? He said, very simple. My wife is relying on me to make a living. So you have what to cry about. I'm relying on God. So this is such a beautiful message for all of us. And this is what we think about Shabbos. Shabbos is the day we stop and we're able to reflect on the week and we're able to reflect on the coming week. And we're able to remind ourselves again who created the world and who's still involved in the world. Then when you approach your day-to-day life, you approach with confidence, with security, with hope, and with happiness. May we all feel this on a daily level, on a daily basis in our life. Shabbat Shalom.